Hey lads, we've got the Lictor Alpha here of Destoffel going to be facing up against our lovely friend Pax and his mythical Chaos Lord. Looking nice today, nice and shiny. Feel like it should be a little more pink and a little less red, but you know, we'll allow it, Keen to see this matchup, not seen this matchup in a very long time. Destoffel, very long-term player, loves his melee spam. Obviously going to be quite rusty, but we'll see. You don't need to be that rust-free when you're spamming Hormiguns and moving them down the side of the map. So a key thing to consider here is that default Hormiguns will slaughter default Heretics. The DPS that they do, the Hormiguns, way higher by default than the Heretics. I mean, even when the Heretics get the AC, Hormiguns themselves, the actual Gaunts, are going to do a lot more. So now, listen, they will get absolutely slaughtered by AC ticks. Just because the AC ticks have so much more HP, but that's kind of the deciding factor right now. Pax basically needs to try and get his AC ticks out as soon as possible in order to be able to withstand this. Because you see right now, Heretics just get absolutely gobbled up, even without the contributing DPS from the Lictor Alpha. Yeah, you just got to retreat from that. It's going to be a lost power node. Chaos Lord's actually, ironically, the most vulnerable to this because he doesn't really do anything to threaten the Hormiguns early on. He's a slow, blumbering buffoon who you just run away from. His bolter doesn't do a lot of damage when he's chasing you, so you don't really care. It's way less than like a Force Commander pistol or something, and definitely a Lord Commissar pistol. That is scary. So you just ignore him, and even when he gets in melee, his actual melee attacks don't do a lot of damage. Like, he's tanky, but just don't fight him. And honestly, when you get Synapse, which obviously is coming out already for Destoff, you can easily just have two Hormiguns in Synapse take on the Chaos Lord. They'll probably lose like 2 or 3 models, even if he hits you with Kill the Weak. Like, he'll do a lot of damage, but he won't actually kill many models. Whereas, think about the Chaos Sorcerer. You hit the Hormiguns with 1 Doom Blast, so they're suppressed, and then you hit them with the Doom Bolts. The Hormiguns get fucking wiped. Just like that. That is so much scarier as a Tyranid player than anything the Chaos Lord can do in Tier 1. Shit, even in Tier 2, you've got Curse of Tzeentch, which you activate on your Hormigun, on the enemy Hormiguns. You kill 1 model, they all blow up, and it does a lot of AoE damage. Terrifying. Rod of Warpfire, Plasma Damage Spike onto the Warrior Brood, potentially triggering Backlash, huge damage in retreat. Chaos Sorcerer is so much better against melee spam than this guy. And Plague Champion, I think you know. Plague Sword, terrifying for warriors. Blight Grenades, terrifying for Hormiguns. Like, everything in the bloody PC roster is really good against melee. Fetid Armor, massive AoE suppression that never bloody goes away, it lasts so long. It's crazy. I mean, even here you see the warriors are not doing bad against this Chaos Lord, and these are not DPS, these are tanks. Hormiguns would do a lot better. They just beat him. They do lose half their HP, but, you know, compared to having a tool to instantly force off the high speed, high DPS Hormiguns, this guy is so vulnerable to melee. I don't know how this engagement's gonna go. Yeah, there was Backlash, so probably not very good for the Nids. If there wasn't Backlash, that could have gone okay, but with that warrior model getting killed quite early, that was kind of a screwed engagement. So just building his 2nd gen now is Destoff. He's going for another warrior, so we've got 5 melee squads.
Do not lose your requisition point.
Pax really struggling with the map control, as you would expect. Hormiguns super freaking quick, man. Let's see if the Lictor can get the kill on this CSM model. My god. That CSM just will not die. Yeah, and prevents it with a Kill the Weak as well. But still the pressure's on. Look at this. Hormiguns just everywhere capping, man. They're so annoying. Speed 6.5. How do you keep up with these things? The Heretics are only speed 5. And he's back again as the Lictor. Fucking Lictor, man. So annoying. Hey, he finally killed that CSM model. That's what he wanted. He was hunting him. He got the kill. I don't know what he's doing right now. He knows kill the weak's on cooldown, but this is a bit strange. Just gonna poke the Chaos Lord in the back like, hey, I killed your guy. I killed your CSM. See ya. And then he goes. Obviously, warriors do not want to be fighting AC ticks. And they're not going to win that fight. No, they need to get out, yeah. But we've got a nice little flank here. Now, this blob can fight the AC ticks for sure. We'll smash it. If one warrior and one Hormagon at full health will take on the AC ticks quite easily. Never mind this. This right here, very frightening. AC ticks need to get the fuck out of here. But this is, you know, this is delaying them for a long time. Yeah, you see them retreat, that's good. What's the Chaos Lord doing? He's doing something, he's capping. It's like all he's good for. In tier 2, he's a lot better. You can get the Blood Maul, disrupt all the melee with that. You can let the Galaxy burn. Use it at short range, and it becomes a lot more accurate. It actually becomes a very good tool. Combine it with Doom Blast and use it at short range to kill loads of Hormagons. Some people get confused with that war gear. I actually find they think like you've got this long, relatively long range spell that does knockback and damage over time. They think it's good against ranged, but the scatter on each of the fireballs is huge at long range, and they travel quite slowly through the air as well, so it's quite easy to dodge at long range. Whereas at short range, it's really super accurate with low scatter, so it ends up doing way more damage because all 4 fireballs hit. I actually find it's way better as anti-melee than as anti-range. Just something to consider when you're thinking about using that Let the Galaxy Burn. So Destoffel has gone for triple warriors. I have to assume this is an Overwatch mistake. Has to be, right? It's going to be Bloodletters for packs. I mean, look, they're going to kill the warriors for sure. Probably go Bloodletters and get some Tzeentch Chaos Space Marines, perhaps. Get that plasma gun. Help kill these warriors a little faster. We shall see. Right now, the bolters just, they don't do shit against these warriors. Way too tanky. Make them the Bloodletters. I mean, the thing is, Pax can win the fights here, but it doesn't mean he's going to be winning on map control. Where's the Chaos Lord again? He's fighting down here against some warriors, going to have to retreat. Hormagons nearly get wiped. Going for the kill with the Bloodletters. Will he get it? He gets it. Nice. Okay, well, he's evening the squad count, which certainly helps with the map control. 4 to 5 again. And a lot of warriors now for Destoffel, which are a lot more vulnerable when your opponent's in tier 2 and has access to things like power melee Bloodletters, like Inferno, Round, and potentially Plasma Gun, Chaos Space Marines. Pax probably does want to keep a tight army right now and focus on upgrades rather than more units, because by doing that, he will maximize his rec income because he minimizes his upkeep by keeping his pop low. And I think that is important. He's actually doing really well on VPs. He's ahead on VPs, which is very impressive. So he's got time. So play it cool. Minimize your bleed. Don't overcommit to fights. Keep a nice, tight, tall build so you get a lot of rec income. And just keep upgrading all your units and your heroes and get levels on them. And eventually you'll just outpace the Nids because their units don't scale super well. You know, they've got no dedicated tier 2 infantry. They've got Gene Stealers, that's it. But the Gene Stealers get wrecked if they don't have Synapse. So if you can kill the Synapse creatures easily, because you've got level 3, level 4 Bloodletters and Tzeentch Chaos Space Marines, then you're pretty good. So that's what I do in this situation. I've been wanting to get those Tzeentch Marines. I also want to get the Blood Maul. He's got the Blood Maul right now. Nice little sweeping doom right there. And Bloodletter's probably going to pop that other model. Yeah, nice double model pop right there. A lot of damage to the Hormagon. It's not going to get any wipes, but a lot of damage. Bloodletters need to be careful here, though. And they're proccing some good specials. Yeah, those warriors don't have the adrenal glands, so they're nowhere near as tanky as they could be. Gonna get healed right now. Now the Chaos Lord's a bit more of a threat. But you definitely don't want to fight him in melee with that weapon. But you still can kite him. He's still speed 4.5, and now he literally does no range DPS. It was low before, now it's 0. But taking a big melee scrap whilst the Chaos Lord is there is going to be questionable due to that Sweeping Doom and the level of DPS he outputs. I believe that's 100 DPS melee on this weapon. Yeah, huge. No Inferno rounds yet though, so the CSM, they really don't do much. They're kind of here in this fight, but they're just not. They're not contributing. Bloodletters are super deep right now. Where are they going? Yeah, they teleport out. Looks like they got a couple of warriors, but I mean, just massively outnumbered here. The Chaos player, he just fought the entire Nid blob. So he had heretics, bloodletters, and CSM with no anti-heavy infantry, and he fought triple warriors and double Hormers. Like, that's not going to go well. Even if they were Mark of Tzeentch with a plasma gun, that wouldn't be sufficient. If he, you know, to take that big blob fight, he needs to have his Chaos Lord there, and he needs to have Mark of Tzeentch to actually kill the warriors in a reasonable time frame. Here we go, we've got Armor of the Inferno as well now. Doesn't look like he can stop this cat. Oh, nearly. Not going to waste his Sweeping Doom for it. Inflicts a lot of bleed. No, not a lot of bleed, sorry. A lot of damage. So they're going to be healing in base for a little bit. I mean, it's buying him time. I am a little bit confused as to how Pax can't have upgrades for his CSM yet. I mean, doesn't even have Eternal War. I really feel like you need to fully upgrade them. I know they can just get tied up by one of the 6 melee units, but the DPS is beautiful. And you use the fact that they're outputting the DPS as bait to make the enemy overcommit, and then you can use your Bloodletters defensively rather than offensively, where they themselves get counter-initiated by warriors and knocked back. And you can roam your Chaos Lord around with the CSM as well, and they become a really strong power duo. The CSM hurting the enemies a lot at ranged, taking away the weakness of the Chaos Lord where he's easily kited, but then the Chaos Lord guarding them, protecting them from melee. Certainly Hormagaunts plus warriors would not want to engage that. You'd need like 3 squads, which would be a lot, right, to take on 2 squads, and that's ideal. That's going to help Pax with the map control. I mean, he's building up a good amount of resources. Perhaps he wants to go for a Dreadnought right now. It'd be okay. It'd be okay. I don't know, though, about a Dreadnought. It's very easy for the Lictor Alpha just to call in a Venom Brood and then tie up everything around the Dreadnought, and I don't know. Lictor Alpha are probably going to win this duel. Yeah, definitely going to win this duel because he's got Lone Hunter, and he's also got... Well, he's fully upgraded now. He's got the Scything Talon, so that's 81 power melee DPS. So they're basically doing the same DPS as one another. He activated... No, he didn't activate Stalk. What am I talking about? He just had Lone Hunter. So then he actually does 40% more DPS and takes 25% less. So kind of multiply his HP by 1.25. I mean, technically, it's even better than that, I think. And then he can heal 150 HP over 15 seconds with this ability. And then he's doing way more damage than the Chaos Lord, thanks to the Lone Hunter damage buff. Pax is going to go tier 3? Whoa. That is so risky, my guy. That is super risky. Look, a Predator tank would be way better than a Dreadnought. But holy shit, dude. That's so risky. I mean, look at the map right now. He's literally only got his power farm. My man only has 1 point on the map and he's going tier 3 because he knows that a Dreadnought is mid. He took a bloody long time to get anything else in tier 2, so he just wants a tank. That's what he wants right now. That's all he wants. But will he survive long enough to get it? I mean, probably. He's nearly tier 3 already, but yeah, Destoffel needs to get onto the power farm right now. Genestealers should trade pretty damn good against the Bloodletters. They've got too much melee skill. They just keep knocking them over. It was an okay Let the Galaxy Burn. Didn't actually hit very well onto the Genestealers. Oh, and messed up Sweeping Doom as well. Only hit 1 warrior. He needed that right now. Yeah, not great. Not great. But he be stalling. Let's have a look at the power. Yeah, he's got 100 power, so 25 more for a tank. Obviously, there is no counter to a tank right now, but the Lictor Alpha does have that global to call in the Venom Brood real quick. We'll see how that goes. Chaos Lord could be tying up that Venom Brood. Obviously the Bloodletters will be helpful with that as well. But, you know, tying things up is... it's okay. But it's hard to tie things up when the enemy has got 6 melee units to counter-initiate with, you know what I mean? That was a better sweeping Doom. But there's no follow-up, you know, there's basically no DPS being outputted here. Again, I question the lack of Mark of Tzeentch. You can see right now how Mark of Tzeentch would be great. There's nothing able to actually get onto the CSM. And, like, when all those units are knocked away by the Sweeping Doom and they get that stun, that's just time to output DPS onto the Synapse creatures. Lix is going to be a pain in the ass here. CSM really needs to retreat. Probably going to try and take the Garrison, I think, given that they've not already retreated. Oh god, that Domino knockback. Might be another dead CSM model. Yeah, ugh. Painful, man. Painful. What's he doing? He can afford the tank, right? Oh my god, he's saving it for a super unit. What on earth, Pax? No, don't do this. Look, the Great Unclean one is very good against melee, but... holy shit, like, this is a lot of melee, and that is going to take a long time as well. I don't actually know how well the Great Unclean one will handle double Gene Stealers, triple Adrenal Gland Warriors, and Elixir Alpha. The Great Unclean one is, like, it's leagues better than any other super unit in melee combat, but it's still only super heavy infantry, single entity, and Gene Stealers do crazy DPS. I guess as long as he keeps his big AoE stomp for the Gene Stealers and actually hits them and doesn't miss, then he'll probably be fine. But if that's on cooldown and the Gene Stealers engage him, he's going to be in big trouble. I mean, Pax is going for it, so I have to assume he is familiar with the Great and Clean one against these kind of melee threats. I'm sure if he keeps his big Pestilent Stomp, or whatever it's called, the AoE damage over time stomp thing, he'll wreck the Gene Stealers. But yeah, if that's on cooldown, these Genes are going to be pretty scary. Even if they don't kill him, they're going to do so much damage that he's going to be irrelevant, you know, going back into the base and healing constantly. Might want to see some pheromones from the Elixir Alpha to keep reinforcing these Genes on the field as well. We'll see. He's kind of missed the opportunities for good Let the Galaxy Burns, I've noticed. Like, that would have been a really good opportunity. Cut off their movement there and knock them back into the summoned Bloodletters. But we'll see. Here he is. Big Chungus is out on the field. Let's see what he can do. Going to be sending him to the mid VP. VPs are the aim of the game right now. Another Let the Galaxy Burn coming down, but not really doing a whole lot. Seems to have mostly missed. Yeah, and Lix is going to be on the Chaos Lord. Not ideal. Not ideal. Won't have his Lone Hunter activated, though. But it's a 2-to-1 cap against Pax right now. Oh, a nice foul snare. You see, he can do that flesh hook thing as well, using his intestines. A true fleshy hook. I'm having like an existential crisis right now, just considering what is flesh. Is flesh just skin tissue, like muscle? Or is it innards as well, like guts and intestines? I don't know. Is flesh just any of the shit that makes up men that isn't bone? I don't know. What do you think, guys? This is what happens when you're watching a Great and Clean. Look at that Domino knockback. Will he get the kill on the Warrior model just as the Homogons are there to get the backlash? Whee! Got the backlash. Killed an extra 2 Homogons. Hooray. Shame the Great and Clean one can't level up, not gonna lie. Actually, you know, I actually think it really would be cool if Great and Clean one and Avatar could level up. I don't think they'd be that OP. I think the vehicle super units would. I don't think the Avatar and the Great and Clean one would be. Am I crazy right now? Am I losing my mind? Do you think that'd be OP? I don't know. I don't think it would. Back to full energy there, consuming the Heretic. Looks like Heretics over here got wiped. Genestealer's in ambush, but Pack's just going to be holding the 2-to-1 cap, I guess. I don't know, this doesn't feel good. It feels like he needs 2 Great Unclean Ones, 1 to sit on each VP. It's going to be a big fight. Let's see how that Stomp goes. No Cave Vomit on the Heretics. Not amazing, though. See, this is the problem. The Genestealers heal in melee, and they attack so fast. And the Great Unclean One's just so incredibly outnumbered. Oh my god, yeah, look at the DPS on this Guo. He gets fucking melted. This is kind of what I thought was going to happen. He even had the Stomp. Yeah. His smell kills a Genestealer there. Oh my god. I mean, the thing is, there was like no support there for the Great Unclean One. The CSM just got routed instantly. The CSM really haven't done anything all game. Like, I feel like they've bled so much, now they get wiped. I don't think I've seen them actually kill a model. Certainly not off the Warriors anyway. I feel like they just did terrible. I feel like just going triple AC tick out the gate would have been way more effective. I guess the thing is, you don't know though if the enemy's going for triple homers or just the normal single homers, double termers. And against the termers, you probably want CSM. Because, you know, they're just going to kite Heretics, and then they could go Bab Strangler and all that kind of shit, but... yeah. I don't know. Guo got wrecked by the Genestealers. I think the Guo is really good as well, but... there was just nothing there. Nothing there to support. The Bloodletters were kind of on their own. They just got rammed by the horde of melee, forced off instantly. The Guo wasn't in a great position. Ideally, you want to use that Stomp attack, so you get that big damage spike, and you knock them all over, and while they're knocked over, that's when you want to dice them up with your Bloodletter Power Blades, and your Mark of Zinch CSM, and pop the Backlash. Then the Genestealers go flying. They've all lost like 80% of their HP. The Stomp took off about 60% of their HP, it looked like, but then because they attack so rapidly, they're healing like 1% every time they attack, and they hit so fast, and the Guo doesn't do splash damage. He has that AoE smell aura, which does a little bit of damage over time, but the actual sword attacks only hit 1 model, so it's just not quick enough. It's not killing him fast enough. He needed the backlash, but couldn't get it, and that is going to be the end of that game. There you go, a little bit of melee action for you. And guess what? No Space Marines. I hope you did appreciate that. I sure did. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Torpid signing out.